Hello, this is PalicoPadge and welcome to a trucking and talking video, just where I'm filling you in on what's been going on and, well, yeah, what's been going on. It's been a month since I restarted my YouTube channel and I think it's going pretty well. I'm enjoying it, which is a big point, I suppose. I'm enjoying doing the videos. I really like doing the editing. I do enjoy that quite a lot and putting the intros together and whatnot. And I think I've settled down into a pattern now which I'm quite happy about. And I just want to talk about the games I've been doing and what's going to be happening in the near future. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this every month because I'm sure you guys have got better things to be doing than watch me drive a truck and rant about what I've been doing on here. But I thought a few things which have happened over the past few weeks, it might be worth me just filling you in, just letting you know what's going on and what I'm going to attempt to do anyway in the future. So first things first, where is the Curious Expedition? Now, the Curious Expedition is a game that I have been playing for quite a while now and I really enjoy playing. And from the feedback I've been getting, it's something which you guys enjoy watching. Now, on the last episode, I got Charles Darwin into a bit of a elephant burial ground and we picked up a lot of loot and we got back safely, which was a miracle considering what happened and what I chose to do. And it was all going very well. And then, this was in Alpha 25 by the way, and then the developers did a slight update and it's killed the game. I can't record at all. I can't record with DX Story and I can't record with Shadowplay. Now I have been talking to Riyadh of Mashin and Mensch and he's been very helpful. He's been keeping me in the loop of things. He's been fantastic. Considering I'm a very small channel, he has been tip-top. So I doff the hat to you, sir. Thank you for that. It is appreciated. But I am stuck in a bit of a mire here where I can't do anything. And I even went to the trouble of deleting the local content on my computer via Steam and reinstalling it, hoping that it would sort out the problem, but sadly it hasn't. So as it stands right now, the Curious Expedition will be on a bit of a hiatus until that gets sorted. And rest assured, whenever I see an update come through for the Curious Expedition, I'll load up my DX Story, I will load up Shadowplay, I will crack into the game, and hopefully I'll see those FPS counters in the top left hand corner flashing right at me and I can record again and we can carry on with that. So it is by no means finished completely anyway, but for the time being, until that issue gets resolved, it's going to have to be put on hold, I'm afraid. So that's the Curious Expedition. Now with the Forsaken Isle, or the Forbidden Isle, as I may have said a few times, apologies. There's I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's a fantastic board game out there called the Forbidden Island. If you can come across it or you get a chance to play it, awesome game. And I was just getting confused. I get confused very easily. So yeah, anyway, Forsaken Isle, yes, that's what we meant, Forsaken Isle. It's going well. I'm enjoying what I'm doing with that game. I did think initially I was going to start off by doing just a standard Let's Play and introducing the different crafting aspects of that game as I went about it. But the more I did, the more I found that there's going to be a lot of what I'd class as downtime within each video, where all you're doing is seeing me mine or you know, going around and cutting trees down, and it's not the most exciting. Now when you're playing the game, it's great because you've got a plan and you set out to go and do what you need to do in order for that plan to work, which is fine. So as a player, you are preoccupied and that's great, but to watch, it's not the most exciting. So what I've decided to do, which you've obviously picked up on the episodes if you've been watching them, is I am trying to show you the more basic type of stuff to do with the bits that I gather, be it the wood or very recently it's been the copper and the iron, and then what you can do with that and how you go about making certain things with those bits, which you could go and look up in the wiki, but again, it's just something there to visually show you how to do it. Now one thing which has annoyed me is I downloaded a whole crafting sheet off the Steam website where someone did a guide for 0.9.2. Now we're currently up to 0.9.4 and it would appear that in that tiny little change in the updates, they've scrapped a lot of the stuff. So there I was saying, oh yes, this time we'll make this, and next time we'll do that. They don't even exist in the game anymore. So I have sounded like a bit of a nub as far as that's concerned. But I've decided, I found a more reliable resource now in order to see what's still in the game, and I'm going to be working off that. So when I first started, I printed this off from Steam, and I got my scissors out and I cut it all up and I stuck it onto A4 pieces of paper with some sellotape. I used so much sellotape, it was pretty much laminated, and then yeah, it's all for nothing. But it is, well, alpha 0.9. That's really pre-alpha, I guess. Still, I don't know. It's definitely not well into the development process anyway. So more for me really. So that was 2 hours of wasted time, but never mind. But I am happy with what's going on there. We are progressing. I think as far as going into the cave networks are concerned, there is a bit more sort of variation down there, and I don't honestly know what's going on as far as enemies which pop out. I have seen a couple of videos where people are advancing much deeper into the caves and down into the dungeons, and there does seem to be a lot more to this game. So that is something that's going to be continuing, at least for the near future anyway. As I said, there is a lot of downtime where I'm actually doing stuff off camera in order to prepare for the next episode. So until I get to the point where there might be an elongated time of me having to be able to acquire the bits I need in order to show you another episode concerned, the episodes might slow down as of then. But as it stands right now, I can throw out 2 or 3 a week, and that's okay. Now, Rimworld. Really enjoying Rimworld still. I don't want to say fallen in love, because I've been in love with that game for a long time, but I did give it a break for a while from a personal playing perspective, the 3 Ps, simply because it's the sort of game, if you play all the time, you just burn out on it. But that's the same of any game, isn't it, really, I suppose? Any game you play long enough, you have a chance of just playing it too much and getting sick of it. So I did have a break, and when I came back to Alpha 12, when I started recording, I think that showed. There's a lot of things all over the place where I'm not quite sure where bits are. The menus have changed, by the way, just to defend myself a little. The UI changed from Alpha 11 to Alpha 12, so there were bits all over the place which I didn't know where they were, and it took a little bit. It made me look like a bit of a nub, but never mind, we got around that. But because I hadn't played for a while, that first colony died off pretty quick. Although I wanted to keep it random and I did want to play it for the story, I think there was just too many variables there, and ultimately it ended up killing me. So I went about it a little bit more intelligently on the second playthrough, and it seems to be going okay. Now, the problem with Randy Random, as far as the difficulty setting is concerned, is there's no sort of set arc of difficulty. Yeah, he just throws stuff at you randomly, which means one episode you can have 2-3 raids going on, you can have mad animals, you can have robots falling down on you. Spoiler alert, we haven't got there yet. And in other episodes, you can just have nothing. It could just be you crafting away. So again, I try to make it as entertaining as possible, but I am really victim to what happens in those episodes. You can only react. Obviously, you can prepare on what you want to do as far as the base is concerned, but the really exciting bits, the bits which make the fantastic episodes, you have absolutely no control over. So you do have to sort of play it by ear until something does happen, and obviously then you can react accordingly to it. So I think I've done pretty well so far. Every episode, when I'm thinking about them, I think, oh, well, not a lot's happened in that. And then I've gone back and rewatched it, and there has been a few things. I don't think I've had any really dead episodes as of yet. But again, this is just a preparation in case it does happen. Just to say that, stick with it. I'm sure it'll get better. And as is the ultimate ending of that game, we've got to build a ship, and we've got to get off this Rimworld. And, well, we've got a bit to go yet before we get there. Let's just say that. So yes, Rimworld going okay. Now, because I do have this gap in my recording sort of schedule at the moment, I am going to be filling it with another game whilst we wait for the Curious Expedition to be able to be recorded again. And I've been playing around with 2 games. Now, there's one thing you need to know about me. I am a zombie freak. I love zombie literature. I love zombie movies. Obviously a Walking Dead fan, and no need to put any more on top of that really, but I've been looking at a zombie game, and I know there's a load out of there, and there are just stuff you just want to avoid. People trying to coin in on this sort of zombie culture which has boomed up in the past few years. I wouldn't say necessarily from The Walking Dead, but I'm sure it's helped. And I've been looking at a game I want to play, and there are a few unique games out there which are still in development, which I've been looking at, and I brought it down to two. We had Project Zomboid by the Indie Stone, and we had 7 Days to Die from the Fun Pimps. That's what they're called, the Fun Pimps. Now, tried them both very recently. It's been a while since I played 7 Days to Die. I like the fact it seemed to be a cross between Minecraft in like a first-person aspect and like a zombie apocalypse. And the last time I played it was before they did the massive graphical update which they've done. Now, this is, God, it's got to be at least 6 months old, this graphical update, since I last played it. And I've cracked them both up this weekend just to see which one's best as far as recording is concerned. And out of them both, I think they've both got pros and cons, but the one I've decided to fix on is Project Zomboid. Now, the issue with 7 Days to Die is I can't seem to get a consistent frame rate out of it. And there seems to be some sort of memory leak, because the longer I play it, the more it slows down and becomes jaggedy. Whereas Project Zomboid, it's isometric, so it's a little bit different looking. It's not just like a first-person shooter sort of stance. But the disadvantage to that is they don't have NPCs in it at the moment, which can make it sort of like last man on earth sort of situation, which is fine from a story perspective, but it means that you are really just surviving with zombies around you. Now, I have an idea about how I can proceed with that. I'm going to have a goal. I'm not going to tell you here, but I'm going to have a goal with the game, and we're going to go and do that goal. And again, that's probably something I will play for a while and then put to sleep until they either introduce NPCs or something a lot more different to be able to swap around how you play the game. But again, I'm just really using it as a filler until the Curious Expedition comes back up again. I do enjoy my open world games. And especially when they're procedurally generated, as I've said all this before, I'm not going to jibber jabber on about it too much, but it's more the case of when it's procedurally generated, what I do on my channel is going to be completely different to what somebody else does on their channel, and that variation just keeps it fresh, and that's what I like. That's what I like. So yes, I will be bringing Project Zomboid to the channel within the next week or so. I haven't recorded any episodes as of yet. I have been doing some test recordings, and as I said, the frame rate seems to be good on that, and generally it seems okay to record. So that's what I'll be cracking on with in the next week or so. I'm hoping to bring it to you guys by midweek. So if we aim for about midweek, don't hold me to that, but yeah, hopefully midweek time there'll be another series just on. Now, as far as scheduling is concerned, recently I've learnt that Tyler Sylvester of Rimworld fame has actually come back from his holiday, and they are working very hard towards Alpha 13. Now, this puts me in a bit of a predicament, because I have literally just started an Alpha 12 series. Now, he has said that it's not going to be for a good 4 to 6 weeks, and then they are going to be looking at introducing it onto Steam, which again is a good way of being able to get it out there to the masses, because I know a hell of a lot of people who have not decided to buy the game because they're scared if they buy it off the website, they're not going to be able to get the updates through Steam or even get a Steam key. And Tyler did say at one point that it was going to get to the point where he couldn't guarantee people who bought it after a certain date would be able to have a Steam key free of charge. So I can understand people holding off, but I also know that there's going to be a hell of a lot of people who are going to buy into Rimworld when it does come onto Steam. But anyway, that's going on a bit of a tangent. It's put the pressure on me, basically. I don't want to be playing Alpha 12 when Alpha 13 drops. I want to be on Alpha 13 as soon as it comes out. There's a lot of things which are going to be introduced into it, like relationships, and I think it's going to be interesting to play and be able to bring to the channel. So in order to get around this, I am going to be pumping out Rimworld at least 5 times a week, once a day during the weekday. I might even pump one out on a Saturday if I can get the recording done, or I have an episode in lieu, and I need, well, not need to. I can get it out there. So if you expect Rimworld 5 days a week, as far as Monday to Friday is concerned, maybe a Saturday, and then at the moment I'm looking at doing Forsaken Isle on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I then also have my Padge Play series, which is when I go and look at retro games. Check it out, there's some interesting games on there, and I've got a lot more lined up. They're a bit long, but the nice thing about it is because I'm recording within DOSBox, the actual file sizes are tiny, absolutely tiny. So I can get away with doing that. I'm putting out large ones. It means it takes me as long to upload a 50-minute video like I did on Street Rod as it takes me to load up a 15 to 20-minute video for Rimworld or Forsaken Isle. So again, as far as I'm concerned, it's more content for sort of less upload time, and I don't want to say effort, because I have put quite a lot of effort in those. I like the fact that I've kept it small, and I've tried to mimic an old computer screen, just so the graphics don't get pulled out of line really and look too blocky. I think they look quite good on that small computer screen. But again, I'm putting links into all the games I'm playing on that series down below, so if you guys want to go and try them yourself, you're very welcome to. So yeah, that'll be happening on the Friday, and then I'll be looking at doing Project Zomboid hopefully Monday, Wednesday. Yeah, because on Friday I'm taking them already. So I'm looking at making maybe 2 episodes available to you a day. Now, because I've got a full-time job and I don't get home until 5 in the evening, by the time I get home, I do need to do a little bit of editing. I'm using FreeMake at the moment to compress my videos before putting them up. But I've noticed off the first video I did, my big one about loving gaming, that it puts its own little advert on the end, which annoys the hell out of me. Now, I know there are other ones out there, but I'm comfortable with using it. So what I've started to do is put a couple of seconds of black, like a black screen at the end of each video, and then I'm going into YouTube and cutting off those 2 seconds and then re-uploading it. So once it's been uploaded, I'm having to re-upload it via YouTube in order to be able to cut those 2 seconds off with FreeMake written on them. So that in itself takes about an hour. So I am restricted to when I can re-upload those videos and have those seconds cut off. So again, I do apologise about that, and I'm sure I'll come across a better video compressor at some point, but at the moment, as I said, I'm comfortable using FreeMake. It's something I've used from way back in the day when I was doing my DayZ videos, so I will just stick to that for the time being. So that's it. So we've covered the games, we've covered my schedule. Yeah, we've got Easter coming up. Now I am going away for a night. I'm only going away for the Saturdays, and I've got the Friday off, so I should be able to prepare everything I need to do in order to keep the scheduling sort of rolling as it is at the moment. So it shouldn't affect you guys, but I just want to give you a heads up just in case I miss a video or I miss a day. It's because I'm otherwise involved with other things. But as of the week after, it should be back to normal, so no real hoo-ha then. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, a like and a subscription if you haven't already is always appreciated, and spread my name, throw it up in the tweets. If you like my stuff, help me out, help me grow. It's always appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.